happy post-Maryland Million Day here today at the races on Sunday. Keith, we have you back on the desk. Good to have you back. You had a lot. Are you recovered? You asked me if I was recovered, and I asked you, but publicly, I want a public statement to see if you recovered from yesterday.
Yeah, we're back. Actually, you know, things went pretty smooth all in all throughout the whole day. I want to thank our bookkeeper, Catherine, helping us out with the purses. That's a real scramble on Maryland Million Day. They're done up a little bit differently. Got through all the charts. Fingers are a little sore from all the typing Bill and I had to do. But, yeah, we got through. We had some, you know, tremendous payouts and compliments go out to, I think, one of the probably the best public touted winner that I've ever been around. With Dan Ellman, with Miss Harry, with 126 bucks,
right, yes.
and the exacta. So just phenomenal work, and not just like throwing a dart, legitimate reasons as to why, and that's what you gotta like. Great having Brian here. You guys did a great job yesterday. Every time I was kind of checking in,
he was awesome.
And it's good to have handicappers. You know, they're very Dan and Brian similar to myself. I mean, we love the game. We love the bet. We want action. So we're kind of living and dying with you guys as well because we've got skin in the game. And that's all you can ask from a public handicapper. That's what you want. I'm not going to go trust somebody that's going to be talking. It's not going to the windows. That's plain and simple. So that's the key. Now I'm going to listen to you. I've seen you slide to the windows every once in a while.
Let's kick things off on this Sunday here in this early pick four. But taking a look at the quick track right now. We're back to the fast track. We're off the turf today. Great job with everybody as far as safe races. Everybody, it was an awesome job by everybody overall. Initially in the game on the track side. So great job, everybody. But track is fast off the turf today. Kicking off that early pick 5 in that maiden claiming 30,000 for the girls 3, 4, and 5. Scratching the 3, 6, 8, 10, and 11. Of course, is an off the turf, originally on the turf, off the turf now. But you have the number 2, and let's go ahead and kick in on that stat that you have for first-time starter round ball.
And real quick, I mean, yesterday the track conditions, man, the guys did a great job all the way through and through the card. I thought the turf held up beautifully. Main track have a couple different. You know, track conditions throughout the day. I actually started wet fast in a couple of the races on the charts, and we went to good and fast. It was all over, but all in all, I mean, phenomenal job, guys, the whole crew and the gate crew, everybody. They did a phenomenal job because a lot of people get left out on days like that. But round B-ball, there you go. Tim Girton, we never see him here, right? All of a sudden, he's showing up with some owners we're familiar with, Robert Bone and Eddie Brown Jr. But last 3 years on the dirt, 3 for 8, 38%, 4 for 8 in the money. $4.25 ROI. You're like, man, that's a really small sample for a guy that runs a lot. Yeah, it's mainly stationed at Presque Isle, right? A lot of the horses on the synthetic. This is a first-time starter. An interesting little move here. Off the turf, stays with this one on the dirt. I don't think it's going to be a prep. Frisian Fire, okay with the firsters. Bottom side, you know, you got Embrace Mirror, but multiple winning sibs. I would have liked to have seen this track keep a little bit moisture, and off track would have really moved up the chances, I think, of round B-ball. But I'll take a shot here at a price. They went out and got the services of Barbosa. You like that?
There you go. You also still keep Lady Banker up top, up near the top, which I do as well for Weaver and Cruz. Returns. Are you gearing off of those dirt races at all? Or are you kind of thinking maybe we have a little bit of a new Lady Banker on returning back to dirt tries?
Recent form was good, improved. It looks like Callie, no doubt about it, and chased a pretty quick one around there and Band on the Run, who's in very, very good form. 83 on the turf the other day in an A other than, but legitimate speed, enough speed against those state breds going back in February and January, early parts of the year, battled on. I think we'll go ahead and send, but there might be some pressure. Definitely, I think Forgotten Gifts, a horse off a little slow last time, a little bump at the break. I thought this one was going to show a little bit more speed. Another one I would have moved up in my selections if this track was I thought we might have a sloppy to muddy track. But,
I thought we were going to have a good track or something like that.
Yeah. So, but Forgotten Gift, improved number there off the claim. 2975. The 7 get loaded. Sure. I mean, always streaming, you know, okay on the dirt. Bottom side, Mare 3 for 15. Yes, I like the confidence here in the raise. They're going to hold this one there. There should be, you know, no reason why this shouldn't handle the dirt. Speed to set things up here with Get Loaded to make a run from off the pace.
29754 Keith Fusel there in the start of the early pick 5. Now let's go, of course, to the early pick 4. We missed you on Maryland Million Day for your early pick 4, so we've got you on Sunday now.
Trust me, I'm sure nobody. The pick 4s have been brutal. We're trying to hit them, Cal, and let me tell you, these sequences. $27 is a tough start, but that's how it kind of has to be with these fields. There's just no slam dunkers around. 2, 5, 6, 3 deep to get you started, 2 deep in the third with the 2 and the 4. Veil of Honor going to try to make that run from the clouds. Might have enough flow to set it up. Race 4 with the 1, 3, 8. Wrap it up in the 5th. 4, 6, and 9. There you go. I think race 4 is a real good race. That 2 other than you could go almost all in there if you had to, but that makes it awfully costly, and I don't have that much on me.
Well, we'll get your coffers filled up again.
Right.
No worries about that. Here, starting in race number 2, and this claiming 25,000 for the girls, 3 and up, 3/4 of a mile on the dirt, scratching the 7, dancing on the beach. Keith, you come in to Tritone Gal for Jose Magana. John Brasino got a great win yesterday.
Yeah.
So return backs. Key race is going to be 2 back, of course.
Yeah, that is it. Hooked a pretty sharp, sweet Shugs off turf event. Showed speed in there, but I think this one's capable. And this trainer, capable from off the pace, because I don't necessarily think she needs to lead. She's going to be with it. I think she can strike from just off of it. Smaller sample for this trainer. 2 for 9, 3 for 9 turf to dirt sprints the last couple years with a $5.44 ROI. There's plenty of speed in here signed on. 5.2 will probably like to go. Meet me at the beach. A lot of similar styles. Run, Reagan, run. The drop, always a dangerous move with a Russell Barn when they attack. Had a little problem out of the gate last time at Pimlico. Bumped around, hit the gate, moved up, dueled. Did not like how quick she packed it in, though. That's my main concern. Will she need things easier on the front end, and will she get on the day is the question that I don't know. But I thought Miss Georgie also ran quite well last time out. That was first-time blinkers. Kept on well despite a little bit of trouble in the stretch.
Back at a better level for that filly in that last time out. Just kind of proved it there in 2, 5, 6, 3 for Keith there in race number 2. Race number 3 starts with the Rainbow Pick 6, and we have a nice little carryover starting from not only just yesterday but previous days. That's going to kick its way onto $8,000 by the time we get to race number 3, which is an original turf event. Excuse me, I keep forgetting about these tickets, but I do find a single, and we differ in that race where I do single. In race number 4, I single in on Silver Currency. You go a way opposite way. You have a value play for us in that race, so that's exciting. But 3 deep in race number 5, and of course race number 7 hit the all button, and then race number 8, 1 and 5 in that maiden claiming 20,000. We have a Hugh McMahon and a Jamie Ness there in that race, a $19.20 ticket, and it does begin here in race number 3 in this original turf, claiming 16, which have never won 3, a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds, and up scratch in the 1, 7, 13, 14, and 16. And Keith, you have the number 4 on top. This is Running River for John Salzman Jr. Against J.V. Ansalita, who you mentioned had 4 yesterday on the card.
Yeah, I got one to put up in the Classic. A little drama there, but yeah, taking a little shot, I guess, with Running River. I've chased this guy a couple times. Drops a little bit. He's really, really fast, and he's been involved in some races where the pace has been really kind of brutal. It's been contested. Star Shopping does get in here. I don't know if he's quite as fast. He might be able to soften him up. But looking at the breeding, the bottom side, Mother, I think, went long. Might have done okay on the turf as well. Going longer, stretching that speed out. If Running River's allowed to relax just a little bit, touch a breather around the turn. Looking at the field, I mean, you've got some horses that want to come from the clouds. That's going to be the 2 I think is going to take a slew of play. Gets here near main track only for Tony Ferrer. Out of races against multiple winners into this restricted 3 in life or 3-year-olds. So this one is going to be the one to fire down the lane.
There we have it, 4-2-6-9 for Keith Fustel in race number 3. Race number 4, here is this nice allowance optional claiming 40,000. Still a mile on the dirt we stick around to for the girls 3 and up. Keith, you have the number 1 on top. This is a value play of good penny for Jose Camejo. J. Ron Barbosa gets the call on Laurel.
Like, off since July, later July up at Saratoga, eased. Now comes back, holds level, even a slight up in tag in 40. This horse on the go back, she's got some really good races, positional speed, and can bring a finish. She ran against a good horse in Enchanted now down at Oaklawn Park, an 8-time winner, 278,000. Some proven horses. Cameo trying to get back up and get hot again. Got a little tell the other day. Maybe things are going to pick up for this barn. I like this. Protects here, little race. This barn here has been good. You're looking at the fillies and mares off the claim the last couple of years.
Okay.
4 for 12, 9 for 12 in the money. I like that. I think this one with Barbosa going to gradually just move up into a stalking spot with all that speed to the outside.
Good with the girls with Camejo, I guess. There
you
go with the 8 silver currency hive on top. Brittany Russell, Sheldon Russell, of course. It was just easy, very grabbable races in those past efforts.
Yeah, and I think the first try here on a good surface, got away with it up front. Went okay fractions and kicked away impressively. Slight regression in number in the Dahlia, but had to move into a quicker flow as well. You've got, a fairly decent flow with Mitt Miles, who he knows a horse that can get to the front and give you a little battle. Turf, no good, freshened up, tough. This one, I think, is going to enjoy the trip tracking outside because just to the inside is hashtag lucky with that speed. Continental Congress and Peyton Elizabeth, the horse that's usually up close, inexplicably kind of way back last time. I think you'll see a change of tactics with the 4. Peyton Elizabeth. The 8's going to get that stalking move, but this could be interesting. At the prices she's going to bring to see her sustain in this flow, I'm going to have to prove it. I got to take a little bit more value with the 1 here at about 4 or 5 to 1.
There we have it. Yeah. 1, 8, 3, 4 for Keith Bustel there in race number 4.
Do we have a video of the 3?
Continental Congress,
yeah,
yes. Let's talk about that video of Continental Congress. This is back on the 29th of September back here.
Thanks, Callie. This is one. No. Thank you. This is a horse that she just looked like when this leader drops in a little bit, Callie, you tell me, it just kind of throws her off the game. She was traveling smoothly, and then right when the jock went to go ahead and get a little bit of a rating hold, she fought that. She didn't like that restraint.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, she wasn't comfortable, and she steadied along quite a bit. I mean, you're talking maybe 3/16 of a mile before she even got settled. So the leader, that was the Delacour horse. Opus 42 that gets it done. But what I like is she shows a little bit of heart. She makes a move, makes a little run here, leaving the far turn to the 3/8, and just can't go. And they were going pretty quick. That flow was good. And she just fades a little bit through the stretch, only losing a couple lengths the last 1/8 of a mile. I think with a more relaxed effort, doesn't have to fight any rating. I think this was going to be tough.
You hit the nail on the head there, where it just took her a tick too long to relax. Because she's a chestnut filly. If she's going to get that, she's going to give you that kind of reaction initially. So no matter what, that's going to happen, Keith. But when she got it just took her a little bit too long on the backside, and so it took it out of her. That's a great view on that Mike Trombetta runner. You also have the number 4. Of course, you just mentioned Peyton Elizabeth, Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez, trying to get back into the swing of things there for this 1-turn mile.
Yeah, out of that same race. It just, I got to go back and watch the start again. I mean, just 12-10 out of it early. That's not her game. And again, I think looking at the other speeds, hashtag lucky going to go, and I think the horse on the outside of Brittany's close. This one has the ability to be tactical and still bring a finish. It's had some okay tries at 7. I think this is going to work somewhere within the exact.
And there we have it, 1, 8, 3, 4 for Keith Bustel there at the start of the late pick 5, and we'll be right back after this commercial break to kick in to the late pick 4.
And they're off.
As mentioned, back to the late pick 4 here in this race number 5 in that claiming 40,000 for the girls 3 and up, which have never won 2. Originally on the turf, now 5.5 on the dirt. Scratch the 2 gal, the 3 Molly Tapper. You have the number 9 on top, Keith. This is Synergy's Electric, Kenny Cox, J.D. Acosta, of course, having Kenny Cox.
That's good to see. Yeah.
Really emotional, and he's had a very trying year, so to see that win for Kenny and the whole team was really just, it tugged at the emotional heartstrings.
Been in this game a long time, put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. No doubt. Little bit of luck on their side, and you need that sometime in this game to just pick everybody's spirits up.
Tears of happiness in that winner's circle for sure.
Yeah, you love it. And so Synergy's Electric, turning back in distance. I think maybe she's even a little bit better. She ran okay last time longer. I think she's still a little bit better. Maybe it's that sprinter, that come from behind sprinter. I think this race has enough flow in it. There's going to be some horses involved up front. sit back, make maybe that circling room, just kind of stay out of the trouble from the 3/8 pole home. I think can sustain into this. A horse that intrigues me, and I talked to Dan Illman about this one yesterday. Yeah, Dan liked this one, I think, even on the turf. But I'm wondering if they were aiming for the dirt all along, kind of watching that weather a little bit and hoping. Protected off of a 238-day break, a reclaim for Phil Capuano. This horse is going to be set into the race and can stay. He's run against the right kind. You see Moco Gold Miss Fussy Pants when they were good. I think this one stays a trip.
Yep, it caught my attention right away as well there with Never Done for Phil Cap and Carlos Lopez. You also go with the number 4 underneath, for Jane Sabelli, J-Ron Barbosa. I was chasing this horse a little bit back when we first had this one at Laurel, and then his first entry on the 28th of July, August. Now he comes back to Laurel Park.
If anybody really kind of misses a beat and this one gets the jump, she could just go ahead and go. That was that Sweet Shugs race. They were quick there, 5. A little bit maybe easier spot here at 5.5. It seems to be on the improve for this barn, no doubt.
You go with the AE underneath for Ricky Silliman and Angel Cruz. Of course, they team up well together. Ricky Silliman he's got some small but mighty stats as of lately.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and I think this one's versatile enough. I don't know if she wants to be involved in any real battle, so that just kind of spy it from the outside kind of trip is going to work for her today, going turf to dirt and second off a little break.
9-6-4-1 for Keith Fusel there in race number 5. Race number 6 is a maiden claiming 45. 3/4 of a mile for the straight 2-year-old. Your reaction immediately. Scratch the 1, break the chain, scratch the 7. Always fun. And you give us another value with High Tech Prince, Chucky Lawrence, J-Ron Barbosa. They take those blinkers right off. Yeah,
this is Barbosa. Come on, J-Ron, let's go today. This is a doozy of a race. You've got a lot of first-time starters, nothing really jumping out from a breeding standpoint. Say maybe Jolly Boss. We know the Maserati connection there. The sister was good, one debut at the price at Timonium. You're not going to get that today. That horse was like 11 or 12 to 1 that day at Timonium, and he's also transferred that form on the turf to run really big. But High Tech Prince is a shot. 2 races under the belt, a little fade in each race, showing a little speed, but changing surfaces. It's worked. You got a positive ROI there for this barn. You've got Barbosa. And that mare bottom side, 6 for 17 on the dirt. The Mohayman's 17% on the main track. At that price, with a top rider here, one of our leading riders, I'll go ahead and take a shot.
Okay, there you go. There is your shot in the number 3 High Tech Prince. You also go with the 11, Never Grew Up. This is, of course, in the Brittany Russell barn. Javian Toledo gets the call. Let's take a look back at that effort back in July, that second start.
And there you go. You wonder. A fixed shoe in the paddock and broke a little bit slow. We're going to see that out there. I believe it was the 8 that day. Broke from the 7 post. Yeah. So definitely had to rush up wide, drops back a little, and makes another run here through the stretch just to fall short, circling 4 and 5 wide. Now, best number, one of the best, probably the best performance was on and off track. But I think there's going to be a pretty decent pace in here. You're going to have a couple horses, maybe a little frenetic, going out early, these firsters. A relaxed trip. Beaten favorite doesn't bode well. You might be just a little bit of a sucker horse who's never grew up. But I think you can depend on this one making that run into your exactas or tries.
And 3-11-5-1A for Keith Fusel there in race number 6. Race number 7 is an allowance optional claiming 40,000. Taken off the turf now. We're at the 1 mile on the dirt scratch. The 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. You and I both land on Amazon Queen Arnaud Delacour. Daniel Centeno comes in 4 out of town today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what much to say about this race. I was trying to really make a good reasoning for Galilei, the 5. For Trump, but Barn, a couple of good tries yesterday in the Maryland Million. But, I mean, it's so much turf on the bottom. It might jump up. Lemon Drop Kid, obviously, can run on anything. But Amazon Queen, she's just proven. She ran 3 races back, Delaware, mile and 8. It wasn't a glaring number, but what does it have to be against this group? I think she's going to be put into the race. Maybe Cupid Strikes goes, but she's either on or just off of it. Going to be awfully short in here, probably in that 3 to 5 range when it's all said and done. Down from, what was going to be on the turf, a big number.
Correct.
Maybe not quite 3 to 5, but it's going to be long.
It's going to be, 1-5-3-9 there for Keith Fusel there in our penultimate race, and now our finale for the weekend here is a maiden claiming 20,000, 6 furlongs, so we start to cut it back for the straight 2-year-old. Scratch the 1A Buck and Dreamer, scratch the 4 Rapid Punch. Keith, you and I both end up on burning up the dough for Hugh McMahon. William Humphrey gets the blinkers on. Hopefully they don't burn anything but dirt here today. Yeah,
burn up the track, right? And get it done out of a quick race at Timoni. Mungato just whistled out there on the front end. You see the short comment. We get visually trying. Yes, might have lost a little bit of ground, but still giving good effort to the wire. I think it's going to benefit. Blinkers go on. It's been a fairly productive race out of a family that's good on that bottom side. So, yeah, burning up the dough with a sharp break is going to be awfully tough up front. I think Eyes 11 is a horse you're going to have to pay attention to. Congrats to the Mancias yesterday.
Yes, that was great.
Really good run yesterday with Sevens 11. Impressive performance. This one here is going to benefit from the debut. Do we have the video of that one?
I believe we do.
Do we have one on Eyes 11?
We could. Just take a look at that break.
Take a look at the start here. Bumped around at the break. Down inside, you see that horse just drift in ever so slightly. The 3-horse that day, Eyes 11, in a big gaudy field. Not as many horses to deal with today. Hopefully not as much traffic this afternoon. But kind of hustles up, shows a little bit of flash, drops back. And when the real running kind of gets to start, and this horse has been under a little bit of a ride for a while too, having to kind of recover. That's a tough trip. Getting bothered at the break, sustaining a run in debut as a 2-year-old going 6, but stays down inside here. Has to wait right here, coming up past the quarter pole to about the 3/16. I know still got to make up 6, 7, 8 lengths, but right there, right when it looked like he was kind of gathering his best stride, it just stalled, stymied there, works back inside here past the 8th pole, and I thought was willing to the wire. We'll move up off of that.
And then you also go with the number 5 War Master here for Jamie Rodriguez. Anything interesting about the bottom side on this one?
Group 1 winner in Uruguay was the mare first foal. Mastery, definitely the barn you got to pay attention to. Mastery's been a little chilly with the first or so. I maybe tab the toe to see how much action this horse takes early. If early action and often action. That's what you want to see if it holds, because it should hold with a barn like Ness.
1, 3, 5, 6 for Keith Fusel there in race number 8. Now let's dive into lightning round. And Keith, let's get into your value plays. No best bet, of course, today, but 2 value plays. Your first one is in race number 4 with Good Penny for Jose Cameo. J-Ron Barbosa at 5-1 on the rail. Yeah,
just, off time, off of an eased race, holds level, actually even a slight jump up in the tag. This barn, though, off the claim with the fillies and mares, 4 for 12, 9 for 12 the last couple of years. That speaks to me, and I think without a real hiccup out of the gate can get in good position by the time they hit the far turn, stalk that speed and go into it.
And of course, as on the lower banner, you go with the number 3 High-Tech Prince in race number 6. Chucky Lawrence, J-Ron Barbosa, again, you got a lot of just pulling for him with your 12-1 shot.
Yeah, this is you get a value in a good rider, and I just think this race is a real wide open race. A lot of first-time starters. This horse has 2 races under its belt. None of them were awful. I like that. Slightly encouraging. Bottom side and top side speaks dirt. So let's hope that this horse improves on the change of surface today, and a little drop here for Chucky Lawrence.
Of course, a lot of prices throughout this late fall, and Maryland Million Day was no exception. We're going to give you quick clips of all of these. Of course, Precious Avery in the Maryland Million Ladies Stakes. I think it was Brian's and Dan's top selection as well in that race. Of course, in the Turf Stakes, Wicked Prankster, Sam Davis, that's defending his title.
Sam Davis almost 2 wins, just a tough beat there late, right? In the nightcap, if I'm not mistaken. Here we are with the Maryland Million Lassie, Miss Harriet, the greatest selection of life. Good job, Brandon McFarland and company. That was really good to see. And here, 7-11. Boy, he just may have really turned a corner big time. Sharp performance, beating a field like that by open lengths. And Woody got a little lucky, too. That rail just stayed open from the head of the lane home. He broke a little better, even though he broke like 3rd last. A patient ride, paid off up the rail with a strong surge. Catalhula Moon, another one, had a little trouble, had to buy time, top of the stretch, split rivals to go clear. Intrepid Daydream, man, was she good. Out there 4 wide under a confident ride. Just went up with ease to get the lead and drew off. And here you go. A little drama here, a little drift in market, maybe a little bump. But Ain't the Beer Cold was just dead game. Sent to the front, dropped inside, took the challenge, and really just never gave up. So there you go. Little put up there in the Classic, but all in all, a good day. Some big prices. Hopefully, everybody had a little piece of those big prices because they were huge.
Yeah, we'll see what we still listen. The prices have been flowing. Fall is not over, so we have the rest of the year to give you more prices, and we'll see what we can get here today. But for now, we will go to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches.
All right, good luck, everybody.